back to another video. So in this video, we are going to configure the BGP onto the branch 2 because we left this VPN 20. So I will configure the BGP and I will configure the BGP number 2024 branch 1 device 1 and 202, and this one will be 201. Since I'm going with the site ID, so BGP 202 autonomous system number AS number will be 202 for both branch 2 device 1 and device 2, and on the router we will go ahead and configure the BGP autonomous system number as 201. So let's go to the vManage. I will go to the configuration templates, go to the feature templates, click on add, and I will say that VH Cloud. Then I will scroll down to the BGP. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. Using these two devices, I will propagate the default gateway. Sorry, not default, right? It should be default route. So using the BGP also, I will propagate the default route. So we edge BGP. Now, since I am only using on the no shutdown, BGP AS number, yes, should be device specific. I'm keeping in that way. Router ID, it will pick automatically, we don't worry. Unicast address family, we are not redistributing or advertising any prefix. Neighbor, yes, we do have globally, that is 10.10. That should be 10.20.202.10. Okay, the remote AS will also be global because there is only one VPN, so that will be 201. And address family, I will click on, choose the address family IPv4, and going to the advanced option. Next of self, we don't worry. Community, no. Source interface, address, eBGP, there is a one hop only, so we don't worry. Keep alive, hold connectivity, nothing. Let's go to the advanced. Comparing multiplars. Just checking where we can send the default gateway option. So that should be BGP negotiate capability. His family, the neighbor should is good. So I have add the neighbor, so neighbor is good. Unicast address, network, prefix, no. Internal route, local route, external shutdown, no. AS number. Okay, alright, I don't see any option. I think we have to advertise the prefix, default prefix. So we'll just add it, the prefix, and save. So let's go to the branch 2 and we go to the service VPN 20 and we will attach the BGP over here. Click on update. So it should ask you the BGP autonomous number, that is 202, and I will do the same thing, 202. Both of them 202. I am not adding this one as a neighbor in here. I am only adding neighbor to the router only from both of them. So I think we need to change this one. So I will go with 212 on this one. I'm not configuring IBGP. Click on next, configure, confirm. So it should push the configuration. Let it push. Until then, we will go to the branch to LAN and we will try to configure the BGP, that is router BGP 201, address family IPv4 VRF VPN 20. Neighbor will be 10.10.202.1. Remote AS will be 202, and another will be dot 2. Right, so both the neighbors are good, and exit. That should be safe. Let's go back to it has pushed the configuration, so we should see the BGP neighborship soon. Okay, and also we can go to branch to device 1, show running configuration. That should be VPN 20. Router BGP 202 address family unicast network prefix, we are advertising that one, and the neighbor is 10.20.202.10. That is correct, and remote AS is 201. That's what we have configured on it. Okay, it says that BGP could not pick the router ID, so let me fix that one. Router BGP 201, router address family IPv4 VRF VPN 10, router ID. Do we have a router ID? Nope. Do we have a router ID? No, address family IPv4. Let me see if we have any router ID. No. BGP 201. Router ID will be 0020. Now, what is the option we got in here? BGP. Yep, BGP router ID. Router ID will be 0020. Invalid router ID. Okay, it's not taking 00, but 10.20. Okay, so router ID have assigned to it. So if I say do show run section BGP, so this is what the configuration is: BGP router BGP 201. That is the router ID. Address family IPv4, that is enabled. That's all good. Address family IPv4 VRF VPN 10. Within that one, I have defined the 2.202. Okay, that's the problem. You see that I have defined the wrong interfaces. So I will say no router BGP 201. So I will say that router BGP 201, BGP router ID will be 10.0.0.20, and address family IPv4 VRF VPN 20. I will say that neighbor will be 10.20.202.1. Remote AS will be 202. Similarly, for the other one, that will be 212. So that's why my neighborship is not coming up, because it is VPN 20, right? So now you see that I got the BGP up and running for the branch 1 device 1 202. I say do show IP BGP summary, or do show IP BGP. BGP VRF. Okay, what is a command? Do show IP BGPs. I need to check the neighborship. That is a command. Okay, so the urgency came back on 202 and 202.2, so both of them. So let me see, do show IP route VRF VPN 20. Alright. So everything is all good. My BGP is up and running, but the only issue is that I was not able to propagate the default gateway. So let me go back to the templates, features, BGP, edit. There should be a mechanism definitely. Let me see. Advertise the 0.0 prefix. That shouldn't be there in first place. Neighbor, within that neighbor itself, I think there should be an option. IPv4, maximum number, policy in, out, shut down, no. And in the advanced next hop cells and community extended negotiation source interface password keep alive. No, it's not in that one too. Okay, let me find that one. Alright, so after doing some research, I found that we have to advertise the what do we say, the default gateway in a different way in BGP. Since there is no option, so if I go back to my vManage, go to the feature and go to the BGP, and nowhere I see any option which will say you that default route originate or something. So there is no option in here, so we cannot advertise in here. So we have to use an alternate method. So the other method would be that what I'm going to do is that I'm going to advertise a null route in the VPN 20. Now null route is just a 0.0.0/0 prefix, so which will be advertised into the VPN 20. Since this is within a VPN, now BGP can advertise this route to my branch, that is branch to LAN router. So currently my branch to LAN router does not see any default gateway coming in 0.0 prefix. So once I advertise the null route on the VPN 20 on the VP for the BGP, then the BGP should automatically advertise those prefix to my neighbors. So let's go ahead and do that one. So I will go to feature template first and I will select for the VPN 20. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a copy of this one because this will be used specifically for the BGP only. So I will make a BGP, click on copy, and after that I will click on edit, and after that I will go to the IPv4 prefix, click on new prefix, and I will select a default, and I will say that it should be a null route, enable the null route, click on add and update. So now this VPN 20 template, I'm going to replace it in the branch 2. So let's go to the branch 2 now, click on edit, and also if I come back to my branch 2, so you so if I see the routing table, you don't see any default routes on the VPN 20. So there is no 0.0 prefix on that one. So after applying this template, we should see. So this is VPN 20. I will select this one, click on remove and remove, click on add. Now select the new VPN 20, click on next, select the interface and BGP one more time, same templates. This one will be gig 0/3, click on add, click on update. It should not ask you any details because all the details we have already given. There is no changes. We are just advertising a null route simply. So click on OK and push the configuration. So once the configuration is pushed, what should I see is that I should see a 0.0 prefix like this in the VPN 20 now that is being advertised by the edge routers. So edge devices are going to advertise both the prefixes, and my router should be able to see those prefixes from both of them now. Okay, so let it push. So configuration is pushed. Let's go back to the edge device. That should be, I will be going on one of the branch 2 devices, and I will select, and now you see that I do have a default prefix advertised on the VPN 20. So now let's go to the branch 2. Now before there was no default gateway. So now I should see a default gateway coming in, but from one of the routers, that is 202.1. So that was the BGP. Now, since we have a BGP connectivity now in the VPN 20, so we will try to go to the configuration, not to the monitor network, and to the branch to device one, troubleshooting, stimulate flows. I'm selecting VPN 20. Destination will be 10.20.201.10. That will be the branch one LAN interface. Stimulate views, it is able to reach. Let me go and check from this side. So from the LAN to LAN, VPN 20, 10.20.201.10, it will not go. Because it's a null route, so which will only come to the device and it will terminate. So uh, it is a null route, so it will just come to the device and terminate. But this edge device has the reachability to communicate with the LAN device, which is at the back. So we have to give statically the default gateway. That would be much preferred. So let me go ahead and give the default gateway. But since I do have two default gateways, I cannot give I can give only one. So if I say IP route default gateway 10.20.202.1 maybe, and if I say do ping VRF, it will not take because I need to define within a VRF IP route VRF VPN 20. Okay, do show IP route VRF VPN. Since this is a static now, uh, it still did not overtake that static because I have given a static route, so it should replace that route because the administrative distance for this one will be 1. Let me ping now, do ping VRF VPN 20.10.20.201.10, still not able to ping. I will try to ping to the edge device itself instead of going to the router. I will try to ping this side. Yep, I'm able to go to that side. So this VPN 20, let me go to the branch device, branch 1 VPN 20. Yeah, I don't have a default gateway on branch 1 default. So strange. I do have for that one, but here I don't have for the VPN 20. But if you remember, we did have the OSPF default gateway coming in. If I come back to the branch one, so if I say show running config, let's go to the VPN 20 OSPF. We are originating, yes, we are propagating the default gateway. Okay, that might be the EVNG issue. So if I say do show IP route VRF VPN 20, nothing. So I will say IP route 000 VRF VPN 20 0.0.0 and 10.20.201.1 to show IP route VRF VPN 20, and now I should have a default gateway. But for some reason the OSPF is not getting, so let me go back to branch 2 now. This time if I try to ping, then I should be able to ping. So it was just a routing table. So but anyhow null route will be whenever it just go to the edge device and it will be dropped. But since our intention was that the router should get a default route, okay, so it should get a default prefix. So that's whenever the router tries to communicate with the other branches, at least the traffic will go to the device, and the edge device is able to forward the traffic to the desktop. So that's how you will configure the BGP and propagate the default prefix in it. So I hope this was informative for you, and thank you.